Hi guys, so today I thought I would share a little bit of information about fake tan. So I'm pretty fair. I'm talking, no one ever believes me, but about an NC or NW 20 in MAC, at least on my face. I am very fair. I personally am a winter tanner. I know a lot of people think it's really strange that people tan in the winter because you don't really have that much skin on show, but for me, if I don't tan in the winter, I'm very I don't know, I just don't look great. I look a bit dead, and I just feel that in the summer I'm out there getting the vitamin D, I'm out there like catching a tan, and that's when I give my skin a rest, and I don't really fake tan between the months of about June to September because fake tan is pretty drying. I've been fake tanning for about 8 years, and I remember when I first started fake tan was pretty orange. Tan now is definitely quite green rather than an orange based colour. It's more olivey rather than orange, which is really good. But fake tanning is still very scary. I originally started fake tanning with gradual tan when I was about 14, and I'd 100% recommend starting with your legs because it's something that you can cover up very easily. But for me, I wouldn't really recommend gradual tan. It's a lot of faff, it hasn't got a guide colour. I don't really think it's that easy to use. Since summer's coming up, I'm sure a lot of you will want to know, can you like get a suntan through tan? And yes, you can. I personally think it blocks it a little bit. A lot of people say it doesn't, but I would rather just take it all off. More importantly, you can also burn through fake tan, so you definitely want to be quite careful. So to get started with tan, you want to exfoliate and shave. Some people shave after fake tan because you might realise that you get little black dots, which is like the cuticle of your hair, if you shave your legs before tanning, but I still think it works better for me. In terms of exfoliating, a lot of brands try to sell you their own exfoliators. This one here is from Tan Truth, and this one here is from Zen Tan. Tried loads of other ones, and in all honesty, they are pants. You can tell that I've used a fair bit, but that's just because I feel like I want to get through it. But I actually use it with an exfoliating glove, but do not pay this sort of price for them. Like, it's just not worth it. It smells minty, which I find strange, and the little particles in it are just too gentle. It's a non-abrasive scrub that you can use on your face and your body, and it's kind of the sort of texture you would want on your face, but on your body there's no way this gets the job done at all, and I 100% would not recommend these. They are pants. But for exfoliator, I would definitely recommend the Smoothie Star, the Breakfast Scrub by Soap and Glory. Clearly I like this. It's been in my favourites various times. It is a great product, reasonably expensive, but compared to the other products, honestly, it's not that expensive. Get it on 3 for 2, and it will get the job done. It will remove everything. If you don't want to buy an exfoliator, you really don't need to. Just get an exfoliating glove. They cost about £2. You can get them in Primark or Superdrugs or anywhere. Some people like to moisturise pre fake tan. I personally don't. If you want, moisturise your elbows, hands, knees, that sort of thing, but I wouldn't apply it to your whole body just because you're not going to get as dark of a colour. To apply tan, you're going to need a fake tanning mitt. I usually use the he-shi ones, but everyone else does great ones. There's not really any difference between them in my opinion. You can also use gloves. You can use your hands, but I wouldn't really recommend it. But you can actually put these in the washing machine, and I've been doing it recently, and it turns out fine, and you can reuse them. Like I said earlier, I would really recommend starting with your legs if you're a newbie, and working in sections. So do from like your ankle to your knee, and then blend that up a little bit, and then do the next part. I often tan, and some of you might think I'm crazy, from like the bust up, because in the winter that's what's going to be on show. Sometimes if I'm going to roll up my trouser legs, I'll fake tan my legs, but it's very rare for me to fake tan my tummy. My hands are the thing I do last, and I would recommend that just in case you desperately need to like wash something or something along those lines. Before you fake tan, you're going to want to remove any deodorant or any perfume you've got, just because it can turn your tan green, or it can kind of like not adhere that well in those places. So it's just best not to have to deal with that. If you've bathed beforehand, then obviously you won't have that problem anyway. I fake tan at night, and then I go to bed and wake up 8 hours later. I haven't had to deal with washing my hands or doing anything at all, and then just wash it off, and that's it. Personally, on me, all fake tan guide colours go patchy. at the end of the 8 hours, but once I washed it all off it's fine and I have no problems whatsoever. Some fake tans you can keep on for just 4 hours or 1 hour, and recently, because I've been quite short on time at night because I go to bed so late, I have actually been fake tanning during the day. I will wake up, say 8 o'clock, fake tan, and then at midday wash it off. But your colour won't be as dark, and I would still always recommend fake tanning at night. It's just easier. So let's quickly talk about some fake tans that I've got. So there's mousses. I like mousse. They're great because you can control how much you're pouring out because they've all got a pump, and so you can use 2 pumps on this arm or 2 pumps on that arm, and you know exactly how much you've used, and so you'll get a very similar colour on either arm. However, they're a little bit drying because they foam up, and usually the word foaming means that it will dry your skin out. If you are looking for foaming tans, St. Moritz is a decent one and it's ridiculously inexpensive. There's this Vita Liberata one which claims to last 2 to 3 weeks. I don't really think it lasts that long, but it lasts a little bit longer than other tans. And there's also this Tanworx by Monu Skincare. I love Monu Skincare. It's a decent tan. I've only had the chance to use it once, so I don't want to comment too much on it. It's a little bit fairer than I'd like. That's the other thing. I personally like to always buy medium to dark. I just kind of feel that you save putting on 8 different layers. You can just put on 2 and you'll be perfectly dark. I usually only put on 1 layer of tan anyway, and I won't really do 2 consecutive days unless I want to be really tanned for a night out or something like that. But that's your decision. You'll kind of learn as you go along what you like to do and what you don't like to do. Next, there's lotions. I used to absolutely love, and I still really do like, it's a bit grubby, the Sienna X Dark Glowing Self Tan. Great tan, really lovely colour, as is the London Skins Professional Sunless Tanning. My favourite lotion would be the Lauren's Way Self Tanning Bronzing Lotion. This is darker than dark and this is medium. Both great products. The nice thing about lotions is if you've got dry skin, they will work perfectly for you. On to my favourites, it has to be Liquid Tan. But I just feel that they're a little bit darker, and they've got a great guide colour. They do dry pretty quickly, which I love. I've never ever waited longer than like a minute to put my robe on, and then I kind of wait around in my robe for like 10 minutes and then get fully dressed into my pyjamas. My favourite tan is the Lauren's Way Glam Tan, and they've recently released the same sort of thing but in a new darker formula. I actually think this isn't necessarily darker. I'm not sure if it's the actual product that's not darker or that they've made the pump out less, so I'm putting on less tan, but I'm quite happy to stay with Lauren's Way Glam Tan. It's what I've got on today on my body. It is pretty dark and I would highly recommend it. It comes with a pump, which I like and I dislike. It makes an absolute mess. I have to go clean my sink after I film this video because it's made a huge mess. I try to like pump it really carefully onto my mitt, but still somehow it kind of mists about a little bit. If I do this in my room, I put a towel down. Really great product. I'm not sure if you're supposed to pour it on, like pump it into your arms, but I don't do that. I just feel like I've got more control if I put it straight onto my mitt. And it's reasonably priced as well. I think it's under £20, I'm not sure, but it's around the £20 mark. My joint favourite would have to be the he-shi Express Liquid Tan. Same sort of product as the Lauren's Way. I don't think the product inside is necessarily any better or any worse. The downfalls for this is that it doesn't come with a pump like the other product does, but that way you don't really mist it around the whole room. That said, it does have a tendency to kind of slide off the mitt, so I always do this one on top of the sink, so it can just slide straight into the sink and down. So it does tend to make a slightly less of a mess, but you've got less control when it comes to finding out how much product you're actually pouring out. I used to use normal fake tans on my face. I just kind of felt that they were really drying and they were clinging and the application wasn't quite as even, which is why I moved on to Saint Tropez Self Tan Bronzing Lotion for the face. I apply maybe like 4 pumps to my face. It's a pump as well, which is nice. And the next morning I wake up with a great little glow. It's not terribly dark, but I really like that because on your face you can just match your foundation to it, but it just makes it that little bit easier. And also if you don't want to wear makeup, you still have a tan, it's just not quite as dark as your body, which I think is quite normal anyway. Talking about Saint Tropez, sometimes if I'm going out I will want to use an instant just to make my tan a little bit darker, or if I've forgotten to fake tan, I want to be able to use something that I know will make me dark but won't get like ruined if it happens to rain or someone spills their beer on me, which seems to always happen. I've recently been using the Saint Tropez Instant Tan Wash Off Face and Body Lotion, but it's just perfect because it's quite dark. This is the dark one. It's waterproof. Like if it rains, it's not going to get completely ruined. You can still wash it off the next day and it'll come off, which I really like. I would apply it maybe still like 3 hours before you go out because you still want it to develop a little bit. But it's a really, really great product. I will also quickly mention that I'm kind of seeing these sort of 1 hour rapid tans come onto the market quite a fair bit. I've got a he-shi one, but I haven't had a chance to try it yet. And I'm guessing it's like sort of the same sort of product. I heard it's pretty drying though. But sometimes you need a quick tan and these are a great option. I'll let you know how I get on with it. So after you've had it on for the suggested time, it really ranges, apart from the quick ones, from 4 hours to 8 hours usually. But if it does actually say 8 hours, you want to stick to that because you're likely to go a little bit patchy if you wash it off too quickly. You want to try to stick to showers, I would say, and make sure they're not too hot, just because it will strip your tan a little bit more. You then want to make sure you moisturise. Vaseline Spray Go, really, really nice, quick if you haven't got enough time. But if you can, try to use slightly thicker body butters. I also love this Smoothie Star Body Butter Cream. Also, you kind of want to exfoliate lightly every other day, I would recommend, and you'll kind of see how often you need to fake tan. I'd say I probably fake tan every 5 days. I'm also a really big believer in getting it all off and starting again every now and then. Probably once a month I remove all my tan and start all over again, just because it's inevitable that it's going to go a little bit patchy. I go a little bit patchy here in particular. I think a lot of people do. My deodorant tends to strip my tan a little tiny bit, but if you're careful, you'll be fine and you can get that all off and start again anyway. I absolutely love fake tanning and I can see why it's scary, but honestly, once you get into the hang of it, it's really, really easy and it makes such a difference. I know some people look amazing pale, but I don't. Like, I wish I did, but I think fake tanning just helps make everything look slimmer because you're slightly darker. But that's not really why I do it. I just got quite reasonably dark features, so I kind of feel that it suits me a bit more. Let me know if you've got any questions and I'll definitely answer them below. I can't think of anything else. I think I've covered most of it. But if you do have any more, let me know below. And if you've got any